and Pierre Banks on Spreaker Radio. Gentlemen, the floor is yours.
Welcome back to the All Things Sport Podcast. I'm Pierre Banks. He's Daimeon Banks. And as promised, joining us now on the line, Eric Gaskins, former Southern Durham Spartan, former Wake Forest Demon Deacon, and now is in charge of the RDU All-Star Game, a game which pits seniors from the Durham and Raleigh area against each other in one last high school game before they make that step to the next level. Eric, how you doing today?
Good, fellas. How y'all doing?
Great. E. Gaskins, this is Daimeon, man. Glad to have you on the All Things Sport Podcast. Young man, you are doing positive things in the community, and for that, I salute you.
I appreciate it, man. We just trying to spread our vision and have some good sports going around in this organization and keep the recruiting and scouting positive in this area, giving kids another shot, still trying to continue their basketball on the second level, which is college sports.
Now, Eric, talk a little bit about how you came up with this concept and what went into making this dream a reality.
Well, I had this vision ever since when I played college ball at Wake Forest. When I remember when we was in high school, we never really played any teams in Raleigh.
Right.
And we always felt like Durham player was always better than Raleigh, but Raleigh was getting more shine and more looks over Durham. So I said, imagine we had all the good players out of Durham versus all the good players, the best elite players out of Raleigh, and make it an all-star game. And I had this idea and this dream, and I said, forget it. Let's make it happen. And last year was our first year, and it was successful, and we did it, man. We got bigger goals and bigger dreams dealing with the RDU High School All-Star Game.
Now, Eric, when you talk about bringing together the best players from Raleigh and the best players from Durham, you're talking about a lot of talent there, man. What goes into trying to attract these players and get them to play in the game, and then talk a little bit about some of the players that you had play last year and who will be featured in this year's game?
Well, it's another reason we came up with the game also to go back. A lot of talented kids we have in this area don't get a chance to play in the North Carolina East versus West All-Star game or the North Carolina versus South Carolina All-Star game. So this is giving the kids an opportunity to play in the All-Star game. And our committee goes out and scouts seniors in both cities throughout the season, and we try to pick the best two players how we feel in each position. And we put a list together, and 9 out of 10, when we offer a kid, but ask the kid would they be interested in playing in the All-Star game, they are very excited and they would love to play in the game. So scouting the kids, it has its ups and downs. Some kids might not be able to make it that weekend or the practice and stuff like that. But our recruiting, our scouting, we go through the whole season and just scout the kids, and we talk to their coaches and see how the kids doing in class and their demeanor and their character. So it's just not what's going on the basketball court. It's also how the kid is as a person.
That concept is much needed in this area. You got a lot of kids who, like you said, they don't get a chance to play in those other all-star games like the East-West game or the North Carolina-South Carolina or even the McDonald's All-American game or the Jordan Classic. So it give those kids one last chance to play with other high school athletes, and also a last-second recruiting look from different colleges. Now, last year I was able to come to the game right at the end, but I saw a lot of recruiting coordinators from different colleges there, and some players were able to obtain scholarships from those schools. So you're not only, giving the fans a last second look at these players, but you're giving the players a last chance to impress college scouts.
Yes, that was a blessing, man. We was very shocked. We had no idea that we was going to have college scouts there. We had about 5 or 6 scouts there, and 3 of our players, 2 of them from the Durham team and 1 player from the Raleigh team was offered and signed the next day to play on the next level and playing college ball. So, man, that was amazing, man. We had no idea that was going to be there, man. Right now we have a good relationships with those scouts. So, like you said, it's a second chance for the kids to get to the next level, because even though we have kids that's already committed, like last year we had Chris Clemens is probably like one of the top freshmen on the Division II level right now at Campbell.
Yeah, you also had Kentrell Barkley last year.
Kentrell Barkley for Northern Durham. That's at East Carolina. He made all-freshman rookie team. So even though you have the kids that's committed and highly scouted, you still have the kids that need second looks and they kind of sleepers, and they just need something like this, an event like this, to show the world and local colleges that they can play on the next level.
Yeah, and that's very important. And, you know, the three of us having this conversation being from the Durham area. And then last week we had head coach Lavelle Moulton from the North Carolina Central Eagles men's program on board, and he grew up in Raleigh, North Carolina. So we all know that these aren't the best areas to grow up, and to have that opportunity to possibly get a scholarship or just have an opportunity to go to college at any rate and further yourself by getting a college degree is huge for any of us, really, but especially in the Durham and the Raleigh area. And we just salute you, brother, for taking the time out to take an interest in these young men, not only young men, but young women as well, giving them an opportunity to shine that one last time and having that platform to possibly take it to the next level.
Oh, yeah, man, I appreciate it. Just imagine back in the day where you would have had John Wall, P.J. Tucker, David Noel, Bobby Pierre, Roy Bright, Dominique Sutton, Jared Jack, going at it all on one court. Chris Wilcox, these big names from the area, man. Just imagine you would have had them all on one court for a good cause in the community for their last game, representing their city, their family, and their school, and showcasing their talents for possibly their last high school basketball game before they go off to college.
Like I said earlier, a lot of talent in the Raleigh, a lot of talent in the Durham area. Basketball is king in North Carolina. We all love football, but we know in that state, basketball is king. Where do you see this event going in the future?
Our goal is to have this at a much bigger venue. It's going to come with times. It's going to people in the community trust us, sponsorship, donations. Our goal is to have this the local McDonald's All-America game. Our goal is to have this at the PNC Arena, where every year fans, high school hoops fans, would know, oh man, the RDU All-Star game coming up soon. I gotta watch out for it. I'm going. Like the high school OT, during the Christmas break, every break, we own it. We looking for the date, the tickets, who playing in it. So it's gonna get to that point, and we just getting the trust from the community and sponsorships and local businesses to make our dreams happen, man. This just not for the coordinators. It's really for the kids, because we don't get the chance to enjoy the event because we coordinate, we're moving here and there. But the kids at the end of the day, oh, man, they have a ball, man. So it's really for the kids, man. They enjoy it every year.
Again, you said last year was the first year, very successful with that. Tell the listeners of the All Things Sport podcast when and where the game is going to be played, and do you guys have any websites you can go to for tickets, or if someone wants to go to the game and just check out the action, where they can find the game at?
Well, the game will be April 9th, Saturday, April 9th at Millbrook High School in Raleigh. The girls kick off at 1 p.m., and the boys tip-off is at 3 p.m., and we'll be opening our gates at 12 p.m. on Saturday, April 9th. And you can reach us at RDU High School All-Star Game on Instagram and Twitter.
Yes, sir. And again, as Daimeon said, we salute you. Please continue to keep up the good work, doing the service for those youths down there in the RDU area. Again, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank Eric Gaskins for taking time to come aboard the All Things Sport podcast. Please make sure you go out and check out the RDU All-Star Game next Saturday, April 9th. Get that location again, Eric.
At Millbrook High School in Raleigh, North Carolina. Admission is $10. Girls tip-offs at 1 p.m., boys tip-off is at 3 p.m. We'll be opening the doors at 12 p.m. You can bring a canned food. We give you a $2 discount on the admission fee. It'll be a family event. Prizes during the game. We're having a $50 half-court prize, 50-50 raffle ticket contest and prizes, and just come out and enjoy and just watch the best versus the best in the RDU area.
Again, Eric, thank you for joining us on the All Things Sport podcast. Beautiful, great thing that you're doing for the kids of Raleigh, the kids of Durham, bringing this event to the area. Just another example of a local guy dreaming big and making that dream into a reality. Again, sir, I salute you and thank you for joining Pierre and I on the All Things Sport podcast.
No problem, man. I appreciate it, fellas, man, and I'll see y'all soon at the game.
Yes, sir.
Go check them out. Support a good cause. Support these kids getting their last look to possibly get a college education. Eric, again, thank you, brother. April 9th, we'll see you out there. We'll be right back with the top 5 on the All Things Sport podcast. What up? This is Pierre Banks, and when I'm back in Boone watching the Mountaineers, my first stop is always Mountaineer Mania. The good folks at Mountaineer Mania have the widest selection of app gear, so you can cheer on the Mountaineers in style. T-shirts, hats, hoodies, sweatshirts, decals, cornhole sets. I mean, if you need it, they've got it. So head on down to Mountaineer Mania at 497 West King Street in Boone and tell them I sent you.
Hi, this is Daimeon Banks. Thank you for listening to the All Things Sport podcast. You can also catch me on the Puff TV Morning Combo on Blog Talk Radio every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 a.m. Call 347-677-0956 and I'll give you Sports by Daimeon.
What you ain't heard?
Somebody done told you wrong, punk.
It's the All Things Sport podcast with Daimeon Banks and Pierre Banks.
Latifah, party's right here.
On Spreaker Radio.
We are back on the All Things Sport podcast.
Yep.
I'm Daimeon Banks. He's Pierre Banks. We are two brothers from the same mother and father from Durham, North Carolina, college graduates, married men. I mean, we live in the American dream. Who says America is not great? I think it's pretty damn tough right now, buddy. But I digress. Now, we have one of our favorite segments on the show.
The All Things Sport Top 5.
We haven't done it in a while, so we thought we'd bring it back for this episode. And this week's top 5 is going to be our top 5 sports movies. Pierre, when you gave me this idea, you was like, hey man, let's do our top 5 sports movies. I said, I have to smash you on this, man, because I'm a movie buff, man. You can ask my wife, man. She's like, you always watching movies. Like, I love television. I love movies. I will watch movies over and over. I know specific lines from movies. I know actors, actresses. I know where they're from, their birth dates, all that, man. So I am declaring myself the winner of this top 5 before we even get started.
Come on, man. Just because you watch and love movies like Fargo and
critically acclaimed Fargo,
Babe, Pig in the City, we're talking about sports movies. And just to get it out there, my top 5 will be the best top 5 this week.
Whatever.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take to Twitter, use the hashtag ATS Top 5. Let us know who you think had the better top 5 between Daimeon and myself. Also, put your top 5 movies on there. Again, using that hashtag ATS Top 5. You can also add us at Sports by Daimeon, at In My Humble. That's in_my_humble. Let us know your top 5, and we'll recap those on next week's show.
So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get it started.
Number 5.
I feel like I need to start off the top 5 because, I am the elder of the two. And you should always, let your predecessor go first. So, my number 5 sports movie of all time. I kind of wanted to make it, lower than number 5, but I'm not the biggest baseball fan in the world. I love baseball, but it's not
baseball
like
with number 5.
number 1
so you've been
sport.
looking at my list.
I'm going number 5.
You've been looking at my list.
I'm from Durham, North Carolina. We're from Durham. I got to do this. Bull Durham is my number 5 sports movie of all time, starring Kevin Costner, Tim Robbins, Susan Sarandon. Just watched Jimmy Fallon last night. Susan Sarandon was on Jimmy Fallon. So I'm like, hey, that's a sign right there. Let me put Bull Durham as my top 5 sports movie of all time. Kevin Costner, the wily veteran at catcher. Tim Robbins, the young pitcher. Susan Sarandon, the cool